Hello everybody, Meidan from Rexx Timepieces, and today on the bench we have another piece that needs a facelift. It's kind of a weird looking piece, and I think the only thing I like about it is probably the hands. I mean, the hands are kind of cool, orange, light orange with gunmetal frame. I think I'm gonna keep the hands and maybe the case. And I'm gonna ditch the rest. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to open up the case. It seems like the rubber ball doesn't really do its thing. I mean, I like using the rubber ball because this is how I avoid scratching the back cover. All right, we're gonna have to use a different tool. Perfect, this one gets the job done. And now what we got to do is get the stem out and get the movement out of the case. Unscrew the crown. And I'm getting the stem out of the way. And now I should be able to get the movement out of the case. Give it a little tap. There you go. Next, I'm going to get the stem back. I do that because I want to align the hands one on top of the other before I take them off. This will help us avoid damaging the hands. All right, that's good enough. More or less. It doesn't have to be very accurate at this point. Looks good. Okay, I'm gonna use a plastic bag and I'm gonna place the plastic bag on top of the dial. I just want to keep the dial safe while I take the hands off. I don't want to scratch the dial or anything like that, so the plastic bag will help us protect the dial. Perfect. I'm gonna keep these hands for another project. I think they're kind of cool. And now I'm going to take the dial out. I'm gonna keep this dial too because I think it's a cool dial and I can probably use it for another watch. It's almost out. There you go. Now I gotta take the movement out of the spacer. We're gonna keep that spacer for later. This is a dial I made a few videos ago. I call it the Iron Cockpit. It's like a gunmetal black color, but it's not actual color. I actually did that with material called ebonol. And once you mix the ebonol with brass, the brass developed this weird patina, which I later polish, and it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. Look at that thing. So my dials doesn't really have legs, so I'm using these adhesive dots. So I'm just placing the adhesive dots on the movement, and then I can actually tape the dial to the movement. It's really convenient and it works very well. All you gotta do is install 2 or 3 of those dots and you're good to go. Time to install the dial. So I'm just placing the dial in its place right on the dots, and just like that, done. Moving on to the hour hand. So I'm placing the hour hand at 12 o'clock, and before I press it down, I just align it with 12 o'clock. Now, usually I would place the movement on a movement holder before pressing the hand, but since it is my own project and this watch is mine to keep, I decided to be lazy today. Pressing down the minute hand. Good. we always make sure that the hands are touching base at 12 o'clock while they're not touching each other. And it looks perfect actually. Alright, pressing down the second hand. And as you can see, all three hands are aligned and they are not touching each other, which is exactly how we like it. Wow, look at that dial. It looks crazy from that camera. So this is actually a movement holder. And I'm going to use that movement holder for taking my stem out. Now let's clean the case before we case the watch. I always go through the same 3 steps. There's one thing I hate is finding out dust and particles. Wow, look at that. Perfectly clean. That's exactly how we like it. Okay, let's lubricate the gasket. So this is an old gasket, it's not new, but it's perfectly fine and there is no need to replace it. So I'm just gonna clean and put some grease on it and put it back in place. It's perfectly fine. I'm placing the movement inside the movement holder or the spacer, and this spacer is basically going to prevent the watch from moving around inside the case. Now gently I'm casing my watch. Don't press too hard because you might scratch the dial if you do, and since my dial is black, those scratches are going to be extremely noticeable, so just avoid it. Everything is in place and I'm getting the stem in until it clicks, and now we can close the watch. Now I'm actually going to use the rubber ball. And wow, look at this watch. I still haven't decided which strap I'm gonna use, but it's probably going to be a black rubber. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next build.